So you want to get started investing into real estate. Maybe you have that dream of jet setting off, sitting on a beach and drinking pina coladas all day until you pass out. Or maybe you're just looking for a bit more free time in the day so you have more time to spend with family and friends. Whatever it is, you've chosen the right investment vehicle. But now comes the question is, what should you do with real estate? Should you flip houses or buy rental properties? And that's exactly what I'll try to help do in this video here, is help you figure out what strategy is best for you. So house flipping or rental properties, which one should you do? Well, I can't really answer that. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. No, I'm just kidding. Well, kinda. You see, everyone has different goals, different aspirations, different skill sets, different desires, and therefore there's no one true answer that works for everybody. But in this video here, what I'll try to be doing is explaining the differences of each of them, as well as the pros and cons associated with them, so you can make a best informed decision for your own goals. Now, if you have further questions or just want to flush out what works best for you, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I'd be happy to chat with you individually and look at your own personal situation. Now, if you're new here, my name is Matthew, and this is my channel where I share everything I've learned around real estate, investing, personal finance, and just personal development in general, helping you become a more effective and efficient human being so that you can make better decisions in your day-to-day life. So if that content is of interest to you, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to not miss out on any future videos I'll be posting here in the future. And again, if you gain any bit of value from this video, make sure to smash the like button, as it truly helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. So before I jump in and explain the real differences between house flipping and rental properties and which one may be best for you, I wanted to mention, stick around to the end, as I'll be sharing a strategy that combines the benefits of both of these and something I think you'd be definitely interested in. Other than that, let's just hop on in and explain exactly what is rental properties and house flip. House flipping is typically where you buy a distressed or rundown property that is considered a fixer-upper, and well, you fix it up. And you're typically doing this by cosmetic repairs like a fresh coat of paint or new floors. And you've probably seen a bunch of HGTV shows that do just that. Now, house flipping is great as it does produce you more short-term returns. And these returns do vary depending on when you bought it, what type of property you bought, what the location of that property is, how much work needed to be done, etc. However, the typical returns you can expect from house flipping could range between $25,000 to $75,000. Rental property investing, on the other hand, isn't going to create that short-term chunk of change that house flipping will immediately give you. However, what it will do is help you create revenue streams that will generate you long-term wealth. And this is done through four main revenue streams, which are cash flow, appreciation, principal paydown, and tax benefits. If you want to learn more about these four revenue streams, I recently uploaded a video about it, and you can check that out. The link will be in one of these corners here, as well as the link in the description to learn more. And an added benefit with rental property investing is it tends to be more recession-proof than house flipping, as house flipping tend to be more sporadic, with maybe 10 deals done one year and then 6 the next, where rental properties is quite consistent with the income in cash flow. And plus, when the housing market does crash, which it will because it runs in cycles, when you house flip and maybe you've just finished up a property, you can lose a lot of money because you're banking on appreciation. Whereas with rental properties, when the market does crash, people are still going to need a place to live. And if you're a landlord that provides affordable rent to tenants, you'll always have people looking for a place to live. Now, I'm sure both sound pretty great right now, but it's not all sunshines and rainbows. So let's look at some of the downsides. So let's start with house flipping first. The first downside with house flipping is that it's hardly passive and it's more like a business, especially at first, where you're going to have to put in a lot of legwork, as you're going to have to be dealing with contractors, maybe missed deadlines, delayed shipments, and you need to figure out problems, as problems do arise when you're doing any construction setting. Also, with house flipping, you have to constantly be looking for the next deal, as that's what your business model depends on, is finding properties and fixing them up. So if your leads of those next properties dry up, your business is going to dry up as well. So you want to make sure you're establishing multiple different lead buckets where you could be possibly finding deals from. So like I mentioned, Profits with house flipping tend to be short term, so if you need the money now, it's great. However, with short-term profits come a higher tax rate, and that is definitely something you should take in consideration. Another thing to possibly consider is that with distressed properties or rundown properties, there could be a lot more hidden defects that you might not know about or that might spring up and cost you a lot more money than what you have budgeted for. So in summary, you want to treat house flipping as a business, and if you can't run a business or don't have the time or the energy or the want or the desire to run a business, house flipping may not be for you, as it truly is a lot of work to set up, but once you get set up, it can definitely replace your day job. Now, with all that said, rental properties are also not perfect, and there's a lot of downsides that come associated with them as well. So while with house flipping, you're mainly dealing with contractors and finding the next deal, with rental properties, you're dealing with tenants. And while some tenants may be great, there's also a lot of tenants out there that maybe are not the most fun to manage, and they may end up causing you a headache where you have to chase them around, or they could damage your property. Now, of course, as you learn and as you go and as you increase your portfolio, you'll increase that skill of landlording, you'll increase that skill of tenant management and tenant screening, allowing you again to systemize the process. But initially, you are going to have some lumps with tenants. It is inevitable. Now, you can also hire a property manager, which does alleviate the pain point of handling tenants, but then you have to keep in mind that you'll now have to be managing that property manager. And while there are a lot of great property managers out there, there are also a lot of bad property managers out there that cost you a lot more money or could actually end up wasting you even more time. So let's say you do find a good tenant and a great property manager, there will still be unexpected costs that will pop up when you're owning a property, as over time, property does break down and things will need to be replaced or fixed. And that's why it is absolutely crucial that you analyze all your deals correctly, as well as have an adequate cash reserves in the bank. So if any problems do arise, you can address them so it doesn't further damage your property and keeps your tenants happy. So back to our original question, house flipping or rental property investing, which is the best? Well, you tell me. Drop a comment below on which strategy you plan on pursuing first. And keep in mind, of course, you can do both in due time. In fact, like I mentioned, there's even a strategy that combines the two, and that is the BRRRR strategy, which was coined by Brandon Turner, part of the Bigger Pockets podcast. So essentially what the BRRRR strategy stands for is you first want to buy a rundown property similar to house flipping that needs a bit of work, and then you're going to rehab it, keep putting that work and that effort into it. Then instead of selling it like house flipping, you want to rent it out to tenants similar to rental properties. Then after a period of time, you'll be able to refinance it, taking the money out, moving you on to your final step, which is to repeat the process with another property. So in summary, some people will start house flipping right away to quit that day job that they absolutely hate, where other people couldn't even stand the headache of handling a business and all of the things that come associated with it. And on the flip side of that, some people will want that passive income stream from rental properties, where other people couldn't even stand the thought of managing tenants. That is why there's no right or wrong strategy, only the strategy that works best for you. And I hope this video truly helped you make a better decision on which property you think better fits with your lifestyle desires, your goals, and your aspirations. And if it did, make sure to smash the like button, as it hugely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoy this type of content or any content around real estate, investing, or personal development, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, as you're not going to want to miss out on any one of the future videos I'll be posting here in the future. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a great and successful week, and I'll talk to you next week.